All right. Well, it's Friday, and we got our podcast. And I've got Garrett with me today. How you doing, Garrett?
Good, Brad.
Good. Good to have you. If you don't know Garrett, Garrett is in Next Level Leasing, and we're going to talk a lot about what's going on with trucks and sort of your truck program and so forth. And you probably noticed we're in a little different venue today, so we're going to mix it up here a little bit. This is over on Kerper in Dubuque. We've got a studio set up here, so we'll mix it up between having podcasts here and having them in East Dubuque. And so we'll jump right into it. And Garrett, what's this for the operators that don't know? What's this Trick Your Truck program all about?
So the Trick by Truck program, it allows you to kind of specialize your own truck.
Okay.
You have to have at least 1 year of employment with us to qualify. And how it works is you do a down payment of about $10,000 that goes towards the truck, and you pay through the lease, and it's a 208-week lease. And there's no balloon payment at the end. You kind of pay a higher payment on the truck, but and the end of it, you kind of Hirschbach helps you, become your own owner operator.
Okay. So you're here a year.
Yep.
You got to be you got to be an owner operator, right?
Yep.
And $10,000 down.
Yep.
Right. So a lot of guys will, during their first year where they don't qualify it for this, a lot of them will put savings aside, right, so they can have this $10,000 ready for them when to invest in a truck when they do make it a year, right?
Yeah, that's what we typically. When I do a presentation, when the drivers come into orientation, we give a presentation or leasing, and I kind of touch on it at the end and kind of let them know we're here to help you. Get with Patty or anyone in payroll. They can set up a savings escrow, whatever it may be. Some of them take their bonuses and say, if I don't see it, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah.
But basically, $200 a week for a year, save it up, and then you got your $10,000. And what happens next? So we've got someone that's been with us for a year. They got their $10,000, and they want to do the Trick Your Truck program. What do they do from there? Who do they contact, and what's that process look like?
So if they're getting into the program, they'll get a hold of me, and I'll kind of explain everything throughout. How it is a lease with us still, and kind of go through the ins and outs and what they can do. If we're on the phone, I'll send them an email of a flyer, a form that we have the standard truck, and then the upgrades from there. So whatever they can pick and choose. I'll send that to them, and then after they've kind of overlooked it, I set up a meeting. I have them come in, try to get routed into our terminal if they can, and then we sit down and I'll talk upgrades, pricing, kind of help them find where they want to be, for a truck payment and particular upgrades and what we can help them with. So we sit down, we do that, and then after that's said and done, once I know I have the money, I go ahead and order it.
So what trucks, what brand of trucks, model of trucks are available for the Trick Your Truck program?
So right now, it's only Freightliners. We're just strictly, as of right now, the Freightliner, the Cascadia. Going forward, I don't know what else will be in store, but as of right now.
Well, we do have 400 LTs coming in, Navistars. Those are a possibility as well.
Yeah, and Navistars and maybe Kenworths. I don't know. Just we're with the Freightliner right now.
Freightliner right now, so we'll keep you updated as others are made available. So tell us about what you're seeing from the operators that, so that you're taking our base spec basically. So we got our base Cascadia truck, and the drivers are able to make some tweaks to it, some changes to customize it, so on and so forth. Why don't you talk about what some of those most common changes to our base spec that you see operators making?
So typically the most common the specs that they like to upgrade it is, sometimes you get high horsepower, to get the 505 engine. Right. You get some bigger fuel tanks. The biggest one is color. I have a whole color book you guys can look through. It's pretty amazing what we can put out there. But
Not everyone likes orange as much as I do, or what?
Actually, we did have a fella that is going with the orange. He's all about it.
He's got good taste, that guy. He's got real good taste, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, whatever, a metallic flake or a solid color, it's kind of branding to their own. So,
what else you see? Anyone ordering manual transmissions out there?
I haven't had anyone order any manuals yet,
Okay.
but I've had a lot of guys that go with the keyless fob entry. I mean, I think that's like a no-brainer. Everyone's going.
Keyless fob entry, okay. What else is so we're seeing more horsepower, different colors, keyless fob.
Do the Murphy loft, which is the dinette table
and
seats. That's kind of nice, where they can kind of set that up and eat dinner, breakfast, or whatever it may be, or do paperwork, send in the loads.
Gotcha.
Have a place to kind of call their own there.
So in that case, is it just one bed that's up high, and then or does the bottom one become a bed and I haven't seen that yet.
So you will lose the storage underneath a little bit, underneath the bunk. So it kind of tucks underneath, and then the bed folds up above.
Gotcha. Okay.
Above that.
So it folds up, and then you raise it. So you just lose storage, basically.
Yeah, kind of like the top bunk, how that can fold up as well.
Yeah, gotcha.
You just lose that under the bunk.
Any different gauges or that people are doing, or dashes, or?
So actually, we just Freightliner just kind of released the digital dash. It's a new concept, so it's almost like a car. It kind of actually came from Mercedes.
Right. So it's just a complete
like a
digital
tablet.
dash. Yeah.
Yeah, one digital dash, and actually has a tablet to the side, and
Okay.
you can configure, your boost gauge, anything, your electrical, whatever it may be. You can have all your gauges ready for you, and you can interchange them. Say if you feel like you're losing air pressure or something's going wrong, you can kind of manipulate it to where you're watching that. So it's actually safety.
Yeah, cool.
Big there too. But that seems to be the newest technology they just released to us about 30 days ago. I know they've been in trial with them, but they finally let us have it. So,
on the safety side, at our base spec, we are putting in a new safety feature called lane assist as well. Which is pretty handy. And lane assist, basically, you can use it sort of like the cruise control in a sense. As long as it can see the two lines, it'll keep you between the lines, basically. You have to keep your hands on the wheel lightly. I actually test drove that in Portland when they were still developing it a few years ago with Nick Forte. So that's now being spec'd into our normal spec, which is pretty nice. I think it'll help with some fatigue issues as well.
That folds right into the standard spec for the Trick My Truck as well.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, anything else that you'd like to share with the drivers in regards to this program, Garrett?
I also like to touch on, after a year you qualify, but after 2 years it's $7,500 down.
Okay.
And then the third year vested with us, you're $5,000 down. So
okay.
It becomes a little more affordable the more time you get with us.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that there's a lot of drivers that have been ordering so far that have been at least 3+ years. So.
Yeah, and I would also say that you're getting our substantial discount through this program. Our buying power, you're able to leverage that and just piggyback off of. We're ordering slots under Hirschbach with our pricing, and so you're literally getting our pricing, and then we just, whatever the changes you make, how that adjusts the pricing and so forth. So you're able to buy a truck for, probably $30,000 less than you'd be able to, for the same truck, be able to purchase on your own. So like Garrett said, whether it's $5,000 down if you're here for 3 years or more, or up to $10,000 if you're here for a year. He also said that there's no balloon at the end, and so if I did my math correctly, 208 weeks, that's 4 years.
Yep.
So we're looking at a 4-year amortization schedule, and on average, what are you seeing? After the 5 or 10,000 down, whatever, and financing the rest over that time period, Garrett. What kind of payments can operators expect over the 4 years, roughly?
So that's the nice thing about it too. So when we have that meeting and I sit down and talk with you, I can make a price point. So if on an average, I would say $850, $825 would be your average truck payment.
Not
Now,
bad.
Yeah, and it kind of depends on what you want to do. If you want
Not
all the
bad at
bells
all.
and whistles, you can touch that $900 pretty
Yeah.
pretty quickly. But if you be kind of moderate, and that's why we kind of work through it. I kind of let you know what
Sure.
what you can do and can't do, and we
Mhm.
work through it from there. Or what you'd like to do. So.
Well, how many of the and how popular is the program? How many trucks are you seeing being ordered through this program and so forth?
Well, so far since I've taken over in October, I've got 7 or 8 trucks right now that are actually ordered.
Okay.
And we've had so far, got 2 that showed up earlier this year, I think end of January, and then I have 2 more that are showing up this March.
Okay.
And then I just actually put an order in this morning, and 2 last week as well.
Okay.
So we're getting the orders in, and drivers are being happy.
Great.
So it's great.
Well, sounds good. Again, Garrett, thanks for joining the podcast today. And if you're interested in this program, as Garrett said, just reach out to him and let him know.
Yeah, I'd be happy to help you out.
Okay. Well, sounds good. Well, thanks, Garrett.
Yep. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Appreciate the good job you do, and everyone in the leasing department. We got keeping you guys very busy with a lot of
Oh yeah.
a lot of new trucks coming in, and so we had a good burst there at the end of the year. Sort of caught our breath, and now the next wave of new trucks are hitting the ground as we speak. Right?
Yep. We'll have some more coming in next week and the week after, and we'll be busy, Brad. That's for sure.
Yeah. So again, we've got 1,500 trucks coming in this year, and
Yep.
and they're starting to arrive as we speak. And whether it's a trickier truck or whether it's our base truck's an amazing truck. That's what I drive. I've got the base truck, and it's really impressive equipment. And I'm excited for many of you, 1,500 of you, to get in these trucks throughout the year and see how amazing they are. Again, we've got both the Freightliners coming in, as well as a good-sized group of internationals as well. So, all right, Garrett.
Yep.
Well, I'll let you get back to work. Thanks a
Yep.
lot.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. All right. Well, I'll mumble on for a few more minutes here. Let's see what else would be a good topic to talk about. Yeah, we all know the weather's been crazy out there. I have literally never seen. I've got almost 30 years in trucking now, and I have never seen a winter that has been the scale. I mean, I heard yesterday 75% of the United States is covered in snow right now. 75%. Unbelievable. And so these storms, we've got 3 weeks in a row of just one storm after another and after another. And of course, they're not just small storms, they're big. They're covering large sections of the United States and areas of the country that are not accustomed to, we don't like the cold up here in Iowa, but, we expect it. You go down in Texas, our poor friends down in Denton, down there, and all of the drivers. We have a lot of drivers that live down in Texas. I mean, this is a national disaster, basically, in the state of Texas, with power not being on and water needing to be boiled and what have you. It's an incredible situation. So my heart goes out to those that are being impacted. I hear people are burning furniture and so forth. I know one of our drivers is up here today going through the training program, the train the trainer program, and he's telling me down in San Antonio that the Walmarts, HEB, they're out of stuff, they're closed. I mean, it's unbelievable. And so I know he's stocking up here in Iowa and taking some supplies back down there. The good news is it looks like, although we're still in winter, it looks like the weather is going to start shaping up a bit here next week in a good part of the country and most of the country. And we can get this February behind us, which has really just been just really, really rough weather-wise. So, hopefully the light's at the end of the tunnel as far as the bad weather, and, we keep staying tuned and monitoring the situation with the vaccines. Again, as I mentioned before, we're an essential service. We have essential employees, all of you being part of the transportation industry. So we're going to be vaccinated before the general population, and we're just waiting our turn. My best guess is that in March sometime, that will be, maybe late March to early April, somewhere in that time frame, we'll be able to start being vaccinated in the transportation industry. And rest assured, whatever we can do to get the Hirschbach team members vaccinated as quickly as possible, any assistance that we can provide whatsoever, we will. And I don't know how we'll be able to do that or what it all entails, but we are staying in very close contact with the right people to understand when it's going to be made available, and we've got some great partners out there in the health industry that I'm confident we'll be able to work with to vaccinate our team members. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll get those vaccines in our arms and get into the spring and summer, nice weather, and get these masks off and get back to seeing the people we love and doing some fun things like ball games and concerts and all that sort of great stuff. I don't really have, a lot else. There's maybe terminal-wise, I've mentioned it before, the Kansas City terminal. We've now taken possession of it. We have the Kansas City terminal in our hands, and as of Monday of this week, and we're doing some minor renovation to it to make sure that we've got nice driver amenities for you, putting in the washers and dryers and adding a shower and things like that, moving some walls around. That's going on. At the same time, we're actively hiring mechanics to be at this location. Many of you know Scott Melton. Scott is the manager of the East Dubuque shop. Done a really nice job there. Scott's going to pick up the additional responsibility of managing the Kansas City location as well, and I'm confident that he'll do a great job getting that staffed up and getting you taken care of out there for your maintenance needs. I had a question earlier when I was talking to one of our drivers about if you can now use the facility, and I'm sorry I don't have the answer to that question. You'll be able to use it soon. We're going to send you the address, and I believe we're installing a keypad so you can open the gate to get in the facility. We want you to be able to start using that facility quickly as a place, another safe place that you can park, and we'll have it a safe drop lot where we can, drop trailers, loaded trailers, empty trailers, what have you. So stay tuned for that. We'll get you the key code and the address to that new location out there. That's it. Jelane's not with us today, so can't give her crap. But anyway, and Warren, we're not over in the East Dubuque, so you can't beat my butt in pool today. So you can see I'm running out of material here. So I want to, I'll leave you with just a big thank you to everyone for doing an amazing job out there. It's a very challenging environment that we're all trying to navigate our way through with COVID and weather and you name it, on top of just having, lots of other, just the normal challenges in life. And I'm very proud of each and every one of you and the great job that we're doing out there. We're coming out of COVID strong, and 2021, there's a lot of great things, a lot of good things going on with customers and new business and, you name it, we'll give you some more updates on that information. But obviously, new equipment coming in. I mentioned the trucks. I've mentioned before we got 1,200 trailers coming into the fleet. So a lot of good things happening, a lot of good things to look forward to as we get into 2021 a little bit deeper. So with that, again, be safe. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next week.